Hi, and welcome to this podcast. My name is Richard Woods, and I'm delighted to have you here. Look, many episodes that I'll be referencing for you to come back to this exact video, because I think sometimes starting at the beginning of a purposely put together set of videos and podcasts like we're doing with this is the best way to learn. And we want you to discover how you can scale your service sector business to $1 million in revenue and beyond. My name is Richard Woods, and I'm the founder of $1 Million Sprint. It's my passion to help you to be able to get your phone ringing and inbox pinging with hot new inquiries. And I want you to do it as simply as physically possible. And so I just want to take time out of my diary, out of my calendar, to talk to you about that week by week and give you exact actionable content for you to go forward on. And so that's why we've thought about putting together this channel. Now, what do I mean by service sector businesses? Well, it's the type of businesses that will provide a service for customers as opposed to selling a physical product. We see service businesses as split into three types of businesses. One is kind of a done with you type product where you are actually helping people along the way, coaching, mentoring people. That's sort of a service type business. Or another way is doing it for them. So you're actually physically doing the work for people, like an accountant or say a marketing agency, etc. So it's the thing that you need to normally write a proposal for someone, go and meet someone, have a conversation with someone to be able to understand what their needs are, and then provide a service. And it's those businesses that I've made a living on helping to be able to grow, both as an agency and now as a coaching business. And it's those little nuances and concepts that I want to share with you on this podcast. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to the pod. And I want to just take a little moment to let you know a little bit about why I've kind of come to where we are today. And it all starts back when I started my kind of entrepreneurial journey, if you like, after university. I did a business with an entrepreneurship degree. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at university. And it's kind of that classic kind of, follow the crowd to university. You can go there. And I always say that the first day of university, I realized that I didn't need to go to university to learn to be an entrepreneur. But the second day of university, I met my wife. Or my soon-to-be wife. So I stayed, right? Literally the room opposite me in the halls at the university, I met Cara, my wife. So I stuck around after that. But I came out of university with a sketchbook full of ideas and concepts to be able to go over to India and China and create products that I wanted to import into the UK, sort of photo frames, a little gifts, etc. I used to, when my friends went off traveling around Cambodia to look at waterfalls, I was off doing negotiations in the back streets of Delhi to be able to get a different photo frame manufacturer to be able to import gifts. And that's kind of how I started my entrepreneurial journey. And I realized through doing that my passion was the marketing of those products and the promotion of those products. And when I started to sell these products I was fascinated talking to business owners about how they're actually doing their marketing. And actually in 2007, when I was year 2 of my business, obviously the global crash happened, and many of my businesses were going, many of the people I was selling to was going out of business. So I spent a lot of my time kind of rallying around those companies, trying to help them, trying to support them so they could buy more of my photo frames, but ultimately helping them with their marketing so they could just survive. And we actually did an incentive where we would say to people that if you buy £1,000 worth of our photo frames, I will do you a free website. And we ended up selling loads of photo frames, loads of websites. But when we went back for the reorder of photo frames, they were still on the shelves and they hadn't sold. But the clients wanted extra pages on their websites. And the penny dropped that I was always more of a marketer than I was of a product designer. And I think that's an important lesson, to be able to be flexible and to be able to change direction if you need to. And so that business became, ultimately I was doing websites for people. I was asking people to do business card designs, graphic design, email marketing for them. We became sort of a full service agency. And my second lesson really came about when I met a guy called Colin Sale, who came in, who was a person who was potential clients, and we pitched to them all these different services. And he said, well, look, which one of these is actually going to get the objective that I want? And we said, well, what's the objective? And he said, well, if it's marketing, clearly it's to get leads. And he said, oh, okay, fantastic. He said, go away and come up with an idea of doing an actual campaign that just is focused upon the result that I want, which is more inquiries. And from that moment, the Digital Trailblazer was born, which was our product in our agency that was designed specifically to solve the pain of generating more inquiries. And it was kind of a clamped together email marketing landing page, paid traffic offer. And it was great. It worked really well. And what it meant is that we had co-designed it with a client. So we knew exactly who our target client was. So the one person we wanted to target. We knew exactly what we wanted to sell to them, the one product we wanted to sell. And so we rebranded our agency into a lead generation agency and just sold one product to one type of audience. And instead of me being like an octopus trying to do all these different jobs for all these different clients and unable to specialize, we were able to specialize into doing one product. And that meant that we ballooned through 28 staff, over $1 million in revenue. And that business ultimately went on to sell, and we got a good exit out of that business. So really great success story. And about the same time, one of my old clients came in tears, and we said, look, what's going on? What's wrong? And he said, well, one of my businesses is going, my business is going bust. And I said, well, how? You know, it's a great business. It was a heating company. And I said, well, how is it going bust? He said, oh, well, you know, I look at the books and let me know what you think. And so I looked at the books, and he'd be buying watches on the company for girlfriends and had massive bills taking people out into London and spending all this money. And I just thought, how have you done this? You can't do this in business. You're not allowed to do this. And then he's robbing Peter to pay Paul in terms of his suppliers. And he just had debts all over the place. I said to him, look, you need to just close this down. You are way under, the government's coming to close you down, basically. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll buy the website back off you. I'll buy the telephone number off you, and I'll buy the 3 vans that you've got in the business off you. And he then took that money and was able to then go forth and clear some of his debts. Perfect. We then, I was then left with this business that suddenly the phone started ringing, and I was thinking, oh, what? Okay, so what do we do with this? And people were saying, well, my boiler's broken down. I have no idea how to put up a shelf, let alone change a boiler. But I was not willing to learn that bit, but I knew I could do the marketing. And we had guys who were doing, who could jump in the vans and go out and do it as part of that business as we did the transition. So we re-employed them. And before we know it, we're growing a boiler business, which was a good timing because I was just coming out of the sale of our marketing agency. And over the next 2 years, we're able to grow that to 7 vans on the road, over $1 million in revenue again. And of course, then did the exit. And then I exited that business as well. So made a great turnaround there and some profit and straight out. And that was just a crazy time and taught me so much. And the one thing, again, that was the leading reason why that worked is that we looked at the lead product that was going well, which was boiler services. And we realized that for every 10 services that we did, one new installation needed to be done because the boiler was beyond repair. And so we just went out and marketed to get as many boiler services as possible. And then that was our lead product, our focal point, our flagship product was bam, straight into that. And we just piled into it. And that was the success of that business, by understanding again, what is the thing that people want? And then what is the main product we need to sell? And then piled into it. And that's what I want to say to you guys, is that just think about those things. And over the course of these different podcasts and episodes, we're going to be telling those stories. We're going to be showing you how you can go find your lead product, how you can go and market your business, and how ultimately you can scale to $1 million in revenue. We are, of course, the $1 million sprint, and that's what we want to help you to be able to do, to be able to scale to $1 million in revenue. So lock yourself in and be ready for that. Now, ultimately, after that business had gone up and we sold it, I then came out and people started to ask me, how are you doing this? And our coaching business was born, and it started pre-COVID, so it was very much kind of in-person masterminds. Then COVID hit, so we had to transition that to online, and now we're on the other side of COVID, and so we've got a hybrid model where we meet our clients every quarter in person, but every 4 times a week online, and be able to coach clients to be able to scale their businesses to $1 million in revenue. And we help them to do that through an 8-step system, and that system is very much looking at who they're going to target, and then finding and hanging out with those people online, then moving those people into a database. Once they're on a database, over-deliver value for free, and then call them into action to an appointment, scale through paid ads, that entire system, use commission-based salespeople, and then be able to have a wealth system to be able to help you, to be able to help in terms of your clients, and to be able to use the money that you're generating for yourself, and that's the wealth system. So that's our 8-step system, and we'll be going deep on each one of those over the oncoming weeks. But for now, my friends, this is the introduction. I hope that you look forward to a fun, enjoyable podcast journey with us, and we're going to be giving you fresh content each week, and looking forward to hearing your thoughts and working with you, through this podcast and through other content that we put out. So do look out for that. That's all, gang. Big love. Take care. See you on the flip side.